If I didn't move out there and he dropped dead, like and I knew I could have done more, I'd never forgive myself.
And that's where I find myself a lot is like, I'm not going to alter my response because it's going to hurt your feelings, you know? Like,
right.
Or another thing I get all the time recently too is my tone, you know? Now, I totally understand when it comes to my wife, all right? Tone is my kids, tone is everything.
Yeah.
But when it comes to business, you know, and I'm trying to get you to do what you're supposed to be doing, you don't need to worry about my tone. You need to be worried about the things that I say. And I do understand that sometimes it's not what you say, but how you say it. Sure. I understand that. But I think we're living in a world and we're living in generations where there's too much emphasis on how it's said and not the substance of what being said.
And as I've gotten older, I think about communication a little bit differently than I did when I was younger. The way I think about it now is I see it always as a persuasion exercise, right? And I differentiate between persuasion and manipulation. If manipulation is trying to get you to do something against your interest, persuasion, I'm trying to get you to do something in your interest. In your interest. Or at least neutral, right?
Yeah.
But usually in their interest. And so to me, it's like when I think about my tone, I'm like, how can I say this in a way that's going to be most persuasive to them? And I do think part of the problem in all relationships is that, especially romantic relationships and relationships with parents and children and stuff, you're right, tone is so important. And how is my daughter, my wife, my brother, my father going to hear what I'm going to say? Or is someone who I'm trying to persuade that works for me maybe, or that's working on a project for me, how can I say it in a way that they're going to hear it? Otherwise, I'm just talking to hear myself talk.
Right.
Right? And I mean, look, my wife and I, almost 10 years, we have never uttered an unkind word to each other in 10 years. We have occasional disagreements, but we have mild disagreements. We don't ever have fights. Yeah. And we've never been intentionally mean to each other, ever.
I think that's bizarre when you're in a committed relationship. You know what I mean? But people do it all the time.
All the time.
Getting people to understand that what you're telling them is for them.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like a lot of times I feel like, especially as the boss or the leader, is like, sometimes they think you're telling them because it's for you. But then like ultimately, yeah, it comes back to you. But this is to help you, you know?
Well, again, I think that people in most relationships don't take enough, and I think it's easiest to get this wrong when you're the boss, right? Where you're supposed to do it because I'm the boss, which is true. Right?
But that's the wrong way to frame it.
As opposed to, it's like, well, okay, would I rather be right or would I rather be happy? Would I rather be right or would I rather be rich?
Yeah.
Right? And, you know, and so it's like, to me, I'm like, I want to take as much responsibility for how I communicate, because I have 100% control of how I communicate. I have almost no control with how they take what I say to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, control the shit you can control and let go of the rest.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like when my reason I moved out to Scottsdale was I have an older brother who's my height and 350 pounds.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, and so it's like, I can't control whether he's going to lose the weight or not.
How's he doing?
He's lost about 30. He's still got a long way to go. Yeah. But it's like, I can't control whether he does it or not. Right. So I'm like, I'm going to control my half of the equation, and then it's going to play out how it plays out. So, yeah, it's
Is he walking?
He is. Yeah, he's walking. He's also, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I honestly, like, I'm not very good at compartmentalizing. He is. Like, it's probably saved him, because I don't know how, just like walking is, that'd be like me carrying you around all day.
Right.
You know, it's like, that'd be exhausting. Yeah. But even like things like putting on your shoes and socks when you're that big is really hard. You know, getting on an airplane, you know, things like that, you know, regular sized person.
Most of the clients that I've ever worked with, though, that were like really obese, walking was absolutely the best thing that I could get them to do. Like, even if it was starting out with 10 minutes,
right,
in 10-minute increments, like, you know,
right.
I just keep walking. And then the other thing I would always tell them is that anytime you go anywhere in a car and you have to park the furthest parking spot you can find. If you have a place where there's an elevator or stairs, take the stairs. Like, making these like little choices every single day.
I like that.
And they compound. Yeah. And then next thing you know, your steps have added up, you know, and then your effort has increased. And again, it's not what you do once in a while, it's what you do every single day that compounds over time. And that's where you get the results. And so it's worked like a lot with people. And then also that instant gratification, delayed gratification kind of conversation, you have to kind of have them have that conversation with themselves. Like, yes, this is going to be instantly good, but my ultimate goal, I need to delay that so that my ultimate goal, I have a better gratification. So can I, say no in this moment so that it'll, get me further or closer to where I really ultimately want to be, which is not 300 pounds,
Well, I mean, so, I'm actually going to give him, I think that's a great idea. And I had not thought about that, but you're right. Park far away, take the stairs. Those little things do add up. There's
and
no
then
doubt about it.
Don't ever have a day where you don't walk or do something active. There should never, my foot hurts or this or that. Kind of like the wrestling days, right?
Yeah.
Like you do it no matter what.
No matter what.
You're doing it no matter what.
Here's the truth. Most people are walking around chronically dehydrated, and the water they're drinking to fix it is actually working against them. It's stripped of minerals, or it's loaded with contaminants and microplastics, and it's all coming from these plastic bottles. So you're drinking more, but you're getting less. So my team and I, we fixed that. We created No Days Off Premium Water. We take it through an 8-step reverse osmosis process. It comes out contaminant-free, PFAS-free, microplastic-free. Then we put back what your body actually needs: calcium, magnesium, and potassium. The electrolytes you sweat out and the minerals that run over 300 reactions in your body. We balance it to an 8.1 alkaline pH for hydration that works at the cellular level. And we can it in aluminum, never plastic. So nothing leaches out into your water and nothing sits in the landfill. That's the hack. Hydration done the right way. Not more water, better water. But I'll be straight with you. Water is only half of it. The other half is showing up and doing the work. No days off. That's the whole reason this brand exists. So here's what I want to do for you. If you're local to, or even just visiting, Nashville or Miami, I want to give you a free workout at Legacy. On us. No catch. You come in, you train with our team, you feel what No Days Off is all about. So if you're serious about your health and you're anywhere near Nashville or South Florida, come see us. Book a free session at legacyfit.com. Walk into Legacy and tell us the big dog sent you. We'll take care of the rest.